have over 30 hours on Football Manager 26's beta, ladies and gentlemen, and today I just wanted to talk about it. I've made a lot of videos. We've been doing an Arsenal save on the channel. I've also live streamed and talked to some of you guys live about the decisions and about the gameplay in general and about do we like it and do we not like it. But I thought we'll do a video, an open video, talking openly and honestly about Football Manager 26's beta and potentially Football Manager 26 as we know it. Please do leave in the comments down below, ladies and gentlemen, things that you like and dislike about the beta, whether you've played or just watched content creators play. I'm really interested and excited to see your guys' opinions. Of course, the reviews are not public yet on Steam. Now, November 4th, when November 4th drops, I think, this is my early prediction, I think we're going to see mostly negative on Steam on November 4th, because so many people are going to be going into the main game reviewing the beta, which we have now for 2 weeks. Of course, will it be the same game? God, I hope not. I hope they take what we have been saying on social media, in the Sports Interactive forums, and on the assistant new. They have like a FM assistant on Twitter now. There has been so many bug reports. Now, a lot of them may be duplicates. You know, it might be people not reading that they've also reported the same bug, but my God, there are an absurd amount of bugs in this beta. Now, of course, that is what a beta is for. It's for finding out the bugs, it's for finding the rough patches and making sure they're not there for the full game. I thought there'd be one or two. I was like, okay, you know, they've had 2 years to make this game, mind you. I thought, you know, there'll be a few bugs for sure, but oh man, some of this is just downright unplayable. Firstly, let's start with some of the good stuff, because there is some good stuff about FM26. Again, I have 30 hours on this game, ladies and gentlemen. I would not have that amount of game time if I didn't enjoy the game at all. If I thought the game was rubbish and I didn't enjoy it, I would stop playing it, much like I have with FC26. They patched it. It feels like FC25 now, so I don't want to play that game anymore. The match engine is better, ladies and gentlemen. Graphically, it's 100% better. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. By no means is it a perfect match engine, the best match engine ever. If you are used to playing, this channel got big on FIFA and Football Manager. This channel got big on career mode games, on sport career mode games. So when I have all of my FIFA community watch my Football Manager content, the first thing they always used to say is the graphics are terrible and you don't get to actually play as the players. Now, of course, not playing as the players, that's not Football Manager. That's not, constructive. That's not something I don't want to control the players. So when people say that, I'm like, well, that's stupid. That's what FIFA's for. This is Football Manager. I don't want to control them. I want to be the manager. But graphically, I've always agreed with them. You know, if you go from playing FIFA, if you go from playing any new game, Battlefield 6 or any game in 2025, if you go from playing that to playing this, you look at this and you go, this looks like a PS2 game, PS3 at a stretch. And a lot of people are thrown off about that because so many other games have such better graphics. They aren't used to taking a step back. A lot of people don't like playing older games because the graphics aren't as good as what the graphics are now, So a lot of people look at these graphics and go, it's just not good enough. And again, I do agree. When I first saw the trailer for FM26, I was like, the movement is better. Is it as good as I hoped it would be? No, it's not. And again, this is going to be my honest opinions. There's no right or wrong when it comes to Football Manager 26. These are just all my opinions. And again, I do really enjoy this game. I've been playing it for 30 hours. I've been streaming it for like 5 hours. I've been recording it daily. I've been playing online with my friends in the evenings. I really enjoy it. Now, is it because it's an amazing game, or is it because I've not had a Football Manager game for over 2 years now? I don't know. I enjoyed FM24, but again, 24, 23, 22, they all felt very similar to me. So it feels like I've been playing the same game for 5 years. Then we had a year break, and now we have this. It's like a brand new big shiny thing that everyone's excited about. And man, I wish they'd done some stuff differently. I really, really, really do. Some of these movements, some of these goals you're seeing, we've never seen stuff like this before. I see stuff in the match engine where like, oh my God, I've never seen this in FM before, which I absolutely love. And then there's some stuff which squeaks through and it's like, Oh, I remember that from FM24. That's annoying that is still in 2 years later in the same match engine. But stuff like players running past players, taking players on the 1-2 tiki-taka, like you can see there, passing across, deflections, saves. The animations are definitely better than what we've had. Again, I just don't think they're as good as it can be. And another thing I don't like, you can't tell who anyone is. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell who this is. You can't tell this is. The player faces, well, I don't expect real-life player faces. Licensing and whatnot, I assume you can't get that. But even, like, on pairs, if you don't get the face packs, you can still somewhat tell who each player is based on the graphics. You can't do that on Football Manager. The only way you can tell is by the kit number. And even then, it's, like, sometimes hard to see and whatnot. So I think, graphically, it's what lets down the match engine. The animations are doing better. Graphically, you know, the stadiums and the atmosphere, the intros, the Premier League licensing is fantastic. It's really nice to have. But a lot of people are still going to look at these little PS2 type players and go, I don't want to sit there and watch random little blobs and ugly pixels running up and down a pitch when I could play FIFA or something like that. That is a main concern that people have, is the graphical progression. Again, it's better, but is it? I mean, look at this. I mean, if you play football games, I mean, look at the crowd as well. If you play games in 2025 and then you come and play this with, it's, I mean, I don't know what that is, if I'm honest with you. You sort of look at it and you go, for people that enjoy graphics in a game, that's going to take them out of the immersion, take them out of the realism entirely. But that is the only gripe that I have so far with the match engine. One thing I don't like, which again is a little thing, but when you have VAR, I've noticed it says at the bottom disallowed, and then it comes up with VAR, and then it says disallowed again. Little stuff like that, which again, I'm sure, you know, there is a report bug button. I'm sure that's just hopefully just a beta thing where it's like, it just spoils if it's a goal or not. Little stuff like that, I'm like, okay, it's a beta I can get away with. But then you try to use the UI, ladies and gentlemen. Then you try to actually, remember, Football Manager is all about the UI. Football Manager, you spend 90% of your time in the menus, okay? You know, Football Manager isn't a game where you spend looking at the football. It's a game you spend looking at data, looking at history, looking at progress, looking at players, scouting players, signing players. This UI might be the single worst UI in any management game I have ever seen. Now, let me preface this. I've played a few management games in my time. Out of the Park Baseball, Football Manager, F1 Manager, stuff like that, where all of the UI is very, very similar, usually. This year, they have done what I knew they was going to do, ladies and gentlemen. I called it when I saw the first screenshot for Football Manager 25, and I knew it was the future for all Football Manager fans. Football Manager into a console prioritized game, ladies and gentlemen. And this is my main problem with the UI. There was recently a tips and tricks forum or post from Sports Interactive themselves, and one of the posts was, use a controller if you have one lying around. As soon as I saw that, I remember the FM25 screenshots came out, and I was like, I know exactly what they're doing. They are making it so you need to use a controller for Football Manager. Now, a lot of people might hear that and go, well, what's the problem? You know, sit back, use a controller, that's fine. Football Manager is not a game. I stand by this. It's not a game that should even be on console, let alone be prioritized for console. Football Manager is one of those games where there is so much information, it makes it so difficult to play with a controller unless you simplify and cut back all of the details. You are so used to the UI of Football Manager. It's been the same for years and years and years and years and years. And then I saw these little bubbles and I saw FM25 screenshots, and, you know, they released on console for the first time, and I was like, I know exactly what they're doing. And I don't like it, ladies and gentlemen. I think they cut back on some of the detail that we love about Football Manager. And they overcomplicated and simplified somehow at the same time. It's outrageous. Like, for example, you now have the top bar instead of the sidebar. I'm fine with the top bar. I think it's awesome. I think bookmarks are awesome. I think the UI looks very nice. Like, when you first look at it and you see stuff, it's like, okay, it looks very nice. And then you try to use it. Oh my goodness gracious me. I've spent 30 hours on this game. I've seen some content creators say, oh, you know, I didn't like it at first, but after 20 hours, I liked it. 30 hours in, I still can't stand it. It's buggy, it's slow, stuff pops up, stuff doesn't pop up, stuff opens in different places. It's all over the place, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll show you what I mean. For example, you have your overview, then you have your messages. Now, the overview, again, very nice. You can click on stages, and it pops up with the stages, which is your league table. And again, it has some information for you based on the league table. You can see the XG table and stuff like that, which is fine. Then you need to back out of that. You can open the fixture schedule here, which is your calendar, but then you can click on fixture schedule, which then takes you here. So you have, in overview, fixture schedule, which opens calendar, but then you can click on fixture schedule, which opens your fixture schedule inside calendar. They've just put stuff inside other stuff, and then you can open stages on top of that. Then you click a team, which takes you to the club. You click on senior, which takes you to squad. But now I'm in this squad tab, and I'm like, okay, I want to look at the under 21s, and I click on it, and I go, oh wait, this is my under 21s. Oh, well now I want to go back to Liverpool's under 21s. You go back, you're back in there, and it's just and I was like, now where do I go? I'm in their senior squad. The down arrow goes to now Manchester City. You can click on a player, and now I'm in a player, and it just goes all over the place. And like up here, it doesn't tell you where you are. You can't click here to go back. It just says first team player report. I don't know what this means. First team player report. Up here, it says I'm in squad, but if I click squad, it goes back to my squad page, and now I've lost all of that. I don't know where I am anymore. And it's such a kerfuffle. It's such a messy system. So now I'm in squad again. If I click squad, in my opinion, it should go to first team. It should go to my squad page, not the overview, which has tactics, but that's in match day. And then I click on set pieces, and it's so now I'm not even in my squad anymore. It's just stuff takes you out of places. It's so confused. I don't know what they was thinking when they thought of this process. I really don't. It's mind-boggling. And then some stuff pop up. So medical center, this pops up for some reason, but then other stuff doesn't. And it's like some stuff. I mean, this pops up, but it's not a pop-up. It actually takes you here to a new screen. But then you can pop up other stuff on top of that pop-up. I click on that. Now I'm in my under 21s, even though I was in more youth. So like, it's just, I don't understand where they've put half of the things. And again, they say that's what bookmarks are for, which is fair enough. You know, I can go up here. I can click on messages. I can click on competitions. But again, competitions is a pop-up. So now I've popped up, and then I have to go into Premier League. And then I'm at the Premier League overview, competition Premier League. But then if I have to actually want to look at the Premier League, I click on stages. And then that's the same pop-up as before, which is in portal stages. It's just like, I don't like it. I think it's very obvious to say I really don't like it. Another thing is, it's just laggy. It's buggy and laggy, moving players around. Like, look at this. If I click on out of possession, I expect it to go. I click on it. Look how slow and sluggish that is. And then moving players as well. Look at this delay. I have a very good PC too. I don't want to hear, oh, it's because of your PC. I have a better PC than most players. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. It's such a buggy mess. Trying to click on things, trying to move people around. It's like you can't look. You can't move people. You have to move someone and then wait. Move someone. And then wait, sometimes I clicked, it doesn't even drag. Move someone and wait. Move someone and wait. Sometimes you have to drag it 3 times. It's so slow. It's so sluggish. It is so difficult to play. And again, this is a game where you spend 90% of your time in these menus. You need these menus to be snappy. You need these menus to be quick. You don't want to sit there having to struggle to drag someone over and over and over and over again just to move them one little position from CDM to center mid. And it's a shame because some stuff is so cool. Like this playing time new feature where it says regular starter and agreed right here. So you can see what they agreed to and what they are on right now. That is absolutely fantastic. We'll see if anyone is not on their agreed playing time. So again, you can see if they're happy or not, delighted with the amount of game time he has been getting, especially as he has played in the last 10 games that he was available for. And again, you can see he's a regular star, so he's proper happy. He's agreed to surplus to requirements, so his agreed is down here, but he's up here, so he's really happy. And again, it gives you nice information, but then I just don't like what you do with it. You click on training, and it brings up the new training menu, which I absolutely hate. Oh, one other thing I don't like. In the main menu now, spacebar is now just to advance. It's not to read your messages, and you can't change any of that. You used to be able to choose your landing page for each thing. So if I click on match day, it would instantly go into my tactics, which now it doesn't do. It goes to your overview, which then again, you see all this stuff, but if you click on match day, you want to go straight into tactics. And sure, you can use these little drop downs or the bookmarks and stuff, but it's such a weird way to use it. Half of the stuff is popping up on top, and half of the stuff doesn't even have any information on it. Sub 6 is at the top for some reason. Like, no idea why. You have to click quick pick to go, but then it takes so long to actually change. Extra thing I don't like, why is the staff now not numbered? I mean, the entire thing, like Football Manager, Football Manager has always been the stats are numbers. You look at a player and their stats are number based, 0 to 20 or 1 to 20. You know what their stats are. But now all of a sudden, staff is very good, good, outstanding. And you can't change that. You can't choose that. They've also gotten rid of a lot of stuff. Obviously, player shouts is gone. Me personally, I don't care. I never liked player shouts. I don't think they've done anything. I think that was a placebo effect. I'm glad they're gone, to be honest. But stuff like not being able to change the color of your attributes. I always normally change my color. And again, it's little things, but I used to make blue the main color, yellow the second color. You can't change them anymore, which is, again, another little thing. They've taken back so many little features. There was a Twitter post, actually, of all things that got removed from FM24. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Things missing in FM26 that were in FM24. Ability to reload skin, ability to clear cache, ability to change attribute colors, setting to choose where your back button goes, setting to choose where your club nation screen takes you, setting to choose where your player screen takes you, attribute graph basically gone behind a tiny window, changing your budgets in the transfer contract negotiation window, holding click on the plus minus signs on the transfer contract negotiation window doesn't do anything anymore. There's also another, I don't know if it's in here, you can't scroll wheel anymore when you're making a contract. You have to click on the buttons, which pisses me off. Suggest terms on contract negotiation no longer highlight green when favorable. You have to read the message to be able to tell, and will only go green when fully accepted. The globe on the top right now only allows you to search for a country, continent. Everything else like global transfer is gone. Transfer section on the player now gone behind the action button along with the shortlist related actions. Staff attributes partly gone, now all behind words. Goalkeeper player history doesn't show goals conceded anymore. Ex-player staff doesn't. I mean, I could go on and on and on. I would be here for half an hour reading through all of this, ladies and gentlemen. And again, you know, a lot of this stuff might not be necessary. They got rid of deadline day, which I found interesting. They just got rid of a lot of stuff, which is so confusing because it was stuff that we've all used for years and years and years. And it's stuff that people got so used to using in their Football Manager games. And getting rid of it just doesn't make the game better. It makes it more confusing and hides information behind new panels and new boxes and new overlays that didn't need to be there. Like I said, I'm 30 hours in, and I'm still, I mean, I live stream this game, and even when I'm live stream, I'm still struggling to find, like where my transfer budget is. I always struggle to find. I'm like, okay, I want to know where my transfer budget is. So I go to club, and I'm like, okay, let's try to find my transfer budget. So you go to finances, you think. So summary, overall balance, we have £12 million. You can click on summary, and you can see it right here. So recruitment budget's down here. Okay, so transfer available is £75 million. Again, the back button I hate. But then, so transfer and wage, but I can't change so adjust wage, but then that's a pop-out that you have to drag. And it's just so convoluted now. Everything is behind something else, hidden away. But then the main information that is shown is the information you don't need to be shown. I meant, by the way, also with this, you can't scroll wheel now to change these values. I used to love scrolling. It was just so much easier. You have to now click. And again, like he said, you can't click and hold. You have to click individually to go down. Or you can click and go, okay, 23. But what if I want 26 stars? I have to click that 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have to go up. Oh, I missed it. Go back. You can't scroll wheel anymore. There's some, you know, odd value like 16, 23, 31, 40, 51. It's just arbitrary numbers. It's not like even numbers. And then to go down, you can't scroll. You have to click back. It's just little stuff like that. I don't understand why they've taken it out. I wanted to talk about training as well. Training was one that I remembered. So if you go into training, let's say I want to make a schedule. So I'm going to click on this schedule. And then I'm going to click, okay, create new schedule. Up here, I'm going to go to, okay, so new schedule. Schedule description, whatever. So I'm going to create this schedule. I'm going to put quickness there. I'm going to put resistance there. I'm going to put endurance there. Over here. I've just realized it's only... Oh, okay, you click on that. Attacking wings. See, I don't know why that's hidden, though. I have to click on this to then show me everything here. Match day, I can't do any. Extracurricular team bonding. Okay, so this is my new schedule. So I'm going to create schedule. It's going to be called Customino, like that. Confirm save schedule. So I've saved it. So now if I go back... well, I can't click back, so I have to go back to squad, then back to training. So I have to close the pop-up to then reopen the pop-up. Okay, so now I'm back here. I want to put my new custom training here. So I'd click on this, and then, well, I'm assuming I'd find it in here. Custom 1. Use this. These are 2 I made before, which are both here, which is not the one I just made. So, where is my... now there's no name there. Custom 1. But that's not what I just made. So where has my Customino just gone? You can scroll down here, heavy, heavy, heavy. The name disappears, so you forget what you've used. Create new schedule. Save. Then I have to go back. Then it takes me out. It re-pops up for some reason. It's still not here. No idea where that's gone. No idea. Maybe I'm being stupid, but again, it's not shown easily enough for you to find. There have been 7,631 entries in the FM26 bug tracker. 3,536 of them are UI related. Now again, some of them could be duplicates of people not realizing on reading, but that's a whole nother story. Even if they are, it just means more people are running into them. Also, I want to say online is absolutely broken right now. One of my favorite things about Football Manager is playing network saves with my friends. This is what I'll end on, actually. The network games, they've always been a bit more buggy than offline FM, fair enough. It's unplayable right now. We've had people get stuck at halftime where they can't do anything. We've had people where the assistant manager takes over at halftime, so you can't leave the game, you can't make tactical changes. The assistant manager will make subs for you, and you just have to watch the game. You can't pause the game, you can't make tactical changes. I was playing against my friend, first game of the season. The entire second half, we just both had to sit there watching the game because we both lost contract of our manager, and the assistant manager took over. People are getting kicked for no reason. If you try to view someone else's match, you just look at the overview of the halfway line, 0-0, up in the minutes. The timer doesn't go, even though your friend is still playing, so you can't watch your friend's games. Online is a broken and buggy mess right now, which is such a shame because we was looking forward to playing online. It is unplayable. We're waiting for November 4th. I'm praying they fix online for the full release, as well as fixing a lot of the other stuff that we've spoken about and that other people have spoken about as well. So let me know in the comments down below your personal opinions and feelings with Football Manager 26. Like I said, I have 30 hours on the game. I'm enjoying the game, and again, it might not sound like I am. I'm just being open and honest with you guys, like I have with my friends, like I have with the live stream community. I don't like the UI. I think they overcomplicated it. They focused on console, whereas they also simplified it at the same time. It's just not Football Manager. It doesn't have that Football Manager feel to it. They got some stuff right with it. Some stuff about the UI is very, very nice, but there's just so much more that is not nice about it. I think even like stuff like in-game, when you have the touchpad up, like the match stats up, the background completely ruins the immersion. It should be the football pitch behind. Instead, it's just like the default Football Manager purple screen behind, and it completely drags you out of the immersiveness of being touchline for your football club. Little stuff like that, little design choice like that, I don't understand why they done it. But again, I probably missed a whole bunch of stuff to talk about today. I just wanted to be open and frank with you guys. I will still be uploading FM daily on this channel. I'm enjoying FM. I'm glad FM's back. I just hope they can iron out some of this stuff. And I wanted to be honest with you guys. I don't want to sit here and go, oh, it's amazing, it's the best FM ever, go buy it. You might not like it. A lot of people have refunded it. A lot of people are waiting for the full game, which is completely understandable. But we will still be doing double uploads. I will still be live streaming it as well. And I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. So leave a comment down below. Leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy, a thumbs down if you did not enjoy. And I'll catch you in the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, much as always, take care and peace.